Are you looking for an easy to live in developing country? Look no further, because we have found it for you. It's time to relocate to the People's Republic of East Oxford. Now, European settlers arrived in East Oxford over 200 years ago, and it's now very well populated, an extremely popular location. And there's a wonderful, rich history to the settlements in the area. But we must warn you, please, if you're inquiring about the country, please ensure that you look at up-to-date guides, because some of the earlier guides may include photographic images and street information that is somewhat out of date and may give a false impression of the country today. And please ensure that you are not influenced by cartoons that have probably been produced by the residents of Summertown, who have an envy and an inferiority complex of our country, and so have a slight cynicism that we don't wish to encourage. No, on arrival in our country of East Oxford, you will first be struck by the fantastic diversity of culinary delights. People from all parts of the world have chosen to relocate to this country for the very reason that they know it's a fantastic intercultural mélange, a smorgasbord of food, and you too will love it. Indeed, there's one street in East Oxford known as Magdalen Road, which is the home of many, many fine establishments, including Oxfork, the Magic Cafe, which turns into an Ethiopian pop-up restaurant once a month, Ollie's Thai, and the Magdalen Arms. Did I mention Ollie's Thai? It has much beautifully photographed food on its website and in the local newspapers, and is a delight for anybody who enters there. So please come soon to Ollie's Thai, whether or not you relocate. Now, if you think I'm excessively emphasising the formal economy, don't worry. The informal economy and the black market are absolutely alive. East Oxford Farmers and Community Market is a thriving space for small-scale, vibrant businesses and people purchasing and all sorts of informalities. So you'll find the full array of economic setups as you would expect to find in any easy-to-live in developing country, and you'll feel quite at home in this marketplace. There is, of course, a fantastic cultural life to this country, as all small, easy-to-live-in developing countries have. It has a phenomenal range of people celebrating in the summer, and although they allow inhabitants of other countries to enter, it is, of course, the true inhabitants of this country who feel that the Cowley Carnival is theirs, and they would like to welcome you to be a member of that set. Now, if you're thinking about the basics, about family life and ensuring that this will be a good country for you and your family to live in, fear not. It has excellent health facilities, quite modern and newly built, but also wonderful complementary therapies are available. And of course, there is the facilities that you need to keep yourself healthy and fit, such as the Rosenblatt swimming pool, which I can highly recommend. And if you're thinking about children, then of course we have a wonderful, this is quite an old photograph of our wonderful school. This was wonderfully built 100 years ago by Sir Ninian Comper, who said his desire, he was a famous builder of churches, and his desire was to build a palace for the children of East Oxford. Well, this is the school, somewhat refurbished now, that many inhabitants of East Oxford, some of whom you've met, now attend, and it's a wonderful, wonderful popular school. And yes, it does have overtones of Christianity, but they're kept under control, and as you can see, the children are extremely happy there. It's a very multicultural, diverse and happy school, and we can thoroughly recommend it as a nursery or a school. Of course, we also can recommend the best children's activities in Oxford, the famous Pegasus Theatre, but also the wonderful Arc Tea Centre, and many people arriving in East Oxford for the first time, coming from other countries, including in Botley, Headington, Summertown, Jericho, city centre. They have noted on arrival in East Oxford that there's something very unusual about the children's activities, that they are community-led and parent-run, and there's something fantastically vibrant and special about that. It's not small companies running rather shishy joints. It's run by the people, for the people, of the people, and this is what the People's Republic is all about, and you too will love to participate in this. Now, let's not get lyrical about it. Yes, sometimes people do draw on the walls, and there is a large migrant population, true. They appear for 8 weeks at a time, 3 times a year, and sometimes the police do have to come and just keep those migrants under control. But you will be in the hands of fantastic champions. East Oxford is the home not only to Craig Simmons, Green Party councillor, who is out beating the streets every weekend asking about parking problems and the migrant population of those students and all sorts of other issues you may care about, but also the world's coolest and most progressive nun, Sister Frances Dominica, founder of Helen and Douglas House, resident on the corner of St Mary's Road, highly active in the community. Who else would you rather entrust your community care and championship to than these wonderful characters? Now, whatever your religious background, whether you're Jewish, Christian, Buddhist, Muslim, you will find a place of worship that suits you. Or indeed, if you choose not to worship, you can just walk on by and pop into the nearest coffee house. There are coffee houses around the corner from all of these establishments, so you have a free mix of choice. It's quite open, multi. What's the word? Can't remember the words. Christian word, but like multi-domen. No, can't remember the word. It's a wonderful place. Now, the most important thing is about the politics of East Oxford, because anybody living in an easy to live in developing country needs to be ensured that there's that nice, stable, transparent, non-corrupt political environment. And I can assure you that East Oxford, of all republics, has that. The president of East Oxford, who's also known as the MP, Andrew Smith, is a Labour MP sitting in a blue band of conservatism all around Oxfordshire. And he is famous in the entire continent of Great Britain as being the only MP on the continent who has no additional income other than his parliamentary salary, because he is a man who works from the heart. He's deeply committed to green issues, and as a president of a republic, he knows the importance of independence, and he's deeply committed to defending the rights of future republics such as the people of West Papua. So he's committed to Indigenous people's rights, he's committed to the environment. This is the kind of president that you want to live in his republic. Come to East Oxford, I tell you. You will feel the politics and the stability all around you. Now, if you're worrying about the urbanisation, and yes, it is an urban area, but it's just a hop and a step and a jump away from some wonderful rural retreats. Iffley Loch, a much-loved place to run to. If you should happen to be into jogging, you could run there easily and run on to the delights of the Isis Tavern. I know them. There's Shotover Park, the country park. It's just a wonderful bike ride up a very nice steep hill if you want that little extra heartbeat acceleration. Wonderful to run around. And punting off Magdalen Bridge, you disappear instantly from the high street and you feel that you are in the deep land of Alice Liddell, the Reverend Liddell, and transported truly. No other part of Oxford can claim this incredible transition between the urban life and the leafy greens of Oxford's promise. And of course it has great proximity. I'm going to sneeze. It has great proximity to the wonderful world of the rowers. Again, running there, if you should be interested in jogging at all, you can run there every morning that you like from your home. So I think you'll find ample recreational opportunities in our country. Now, the wonderful thing about East Oxford, I have to say, is that the people have a marvellous humour. Sometimes with irony, and they need it, but they have a marvellous humour, which I think you'll have to agree is not exhibited elsewhere in this continent, but only in this particular republic. But I've left the best till last. The best of this community is indeed the community, which is hard to depict. I don't have images to show you of all the families, the friends, the neighbourhood walks, the people around the corner, the kids, that lovely, thriving sense of community. I've managed to salvage just one or two shots from the tourist website. Imagine yourself and your child in this they're making chocolate cake. Normally it's spinach because East Oxford is very healthy, but on just one or two occasions a year they are allowed to make chocolate. These children, your child could join in here, perhaps be left in an informal arrangement of after-school clubs, the parents taking parental swaps, adults looking after all the children while other adults might perhaps need to work and finish the odd report. Your child could join in this club, and believe me, it's a wonderful after-school arrangement. In this particular kitchen, they offer yoga classes, housework and cleaning. Notice it's gender balanced. Gardening classes and organic pizza dough making for all children and friends. So it's a wonderful environment to join. This is my best offer to you for East Oxford. And indeed, we have a special offer for 2014. The special offer for 2014 is twofold. One, visa requirements have been waived. You are not required to acquire any visa in order to move to this republic. You are welcomed open arms because of your special skills and qualities and your gorgeous child. And number two, we're offering specific relocation support from refugees from Jericho. Should you need coffee, if you have a particular coffee shop that's not at the moment in East Oxford, we could bring you coffee imports from there. We're willing to drive vans backwards and forwards, moving your furniture. Of course, you'll be able to fit more furniture through bigger doors, have some more space in the house for the same amount of rent. Any other particular relocation support that any particular refugee from Jericho might feel the need for, we are willing to supply. So I can only end with my opening words. Come and get that warm, fuzzy feeling glow. Come to the People's Republic of East Oxford. It's waiting for you. The easy to live in developing country on your doorstep.